Hey, it's Katie Moran.
And MJ Coppola.
We're sharing an 11-part mindful mental health mini-series called Rntky, sharing 11 reasons not to kill yourself. It started as a blog post, YouTube video, and now a Discord community where we host gratitude challenges. Episodes will be coming out Tuesdays and Thursdays between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day.
Yeah, this project is super exciting, and I was so excited to be part of this project. Katie and I both have dealt with some suicide in our past. I personally have dealt with suicidal ideation and suicidal thoughts since I was a teenager, so over 20 plus years now. And it's been a very physical, mental, and spiritual journey for me. Um, it gotten progressively worse over the years. I went to several therapy sessions, and one of the last, I like to share my last episode story with people because I think it really kind of personifies most of my journey. It was December 2019, and things were starting to look up in my life. I had just gone through divorce, but I started a new relationship. Things were starting to, go the way I would like them to go. And I still felt this like whole feeling of dread just constantly. It was a really bad day before Christmas, and I could not get out of my own way. And that night, I remember laying in bed and not, I was, I couldn't cry anymore. I couldn't breathe anymore. And I was in such despair. I sat there and I looked over and my dog jumped on my bed. And I was like, I think I'm going to wait one more day. I'm just going to make it one more day. And if tomorrow I still feel like this, we'll make a decision. The next day, I woke up, I went outside, the sun was out, it was beautiful, and I felt this huge feeling of difference. And it was that day I realized that my I don't always feel the same every day. And I don't need to feel that way every day. That was the start of my journey to want to be on the planet for more of the time than I don't. and and I encourage you all to also come with us on that journey. I'm going to leave this to Katie to tell her story as well.
Hearing your story again just reminds me why it's so important for me to do this specifically with you. So I'm just so grateful that I get to do this with you.
Mm.
So, getting into my story, almost 11 years ago, I attempted suicide for the first time. I felt like I was stuck in a life I wasn't happy with and I was, my life was filled with superficial relationships that kept me feeling alone. The pain I was stuck in after being sexually assaulted the year before felt isolating and gave me PTSD. Feeling stuck in that pain felt unbearable to me. I became suicidal again and was in and out of hospitals for about a year in 2019. Some of the doctors who treated me didn't believe I would be able to function at all without the care of professionals in an institutional setting. I felt stigmatized and it was hard for me to find hope. I lost most of my friends during this time. I decided I needed to start holding myself accountable as a writer to overcome my only regret of not writing the ideas I had. I created a poetry platform and committed to writing a poem a week for a year in November 2019. I published my first book, Periwinkle Wishes, in June 2020. I published my second book of poetry, The Spirit Inside, in November 2020. In holding myself accountable, I found healing, meaning, and purpose. At the end of 2020, I started creativity coaching to encourage the same accountability in others with the reminder that they are not alone. In June 2021, I launched an online boutique of t-shirts that have uplifting messages on them. In January of last year, I started a podcast on art, mental health, and spirituality. In February 2022, I published my third book, Redeeming Endless Possibility, When I had COVID, I published an ebook of poetry about my lucid dreams that saved my life. Here's your reminder that you are not stuck with anything in your life. Your life has meaning and purpose. So share this series if you believe you can make your life a life you are happy with, no matter where you are starting from or what you have been through. Someone you love might need to hear it, maybe even a stranger. Let's erase stigma, because suicide is preventable and mental health recovery is always possible. A person can change. Thanks for joining us.